Is Tampa haunted? The answer depends on who you ask, but if you really want to know, why not check out a ghost tour? I don't really buy into the whole ghost thing, so I was happy to see that Ghost Tour Tampa is a mix of history and cool folklore. Starting downtown on Franklin Street, we quickly made our way to the first stop, the Old Tampa Theater. The building is a gem among our mostly modern downtown. Built in 1926, it is filled with intricate carvings and some menacing gargoyles. But if you believe the stories, the gargoyles aren't what you should worry about. Our ghost tour guide tells the story of Foster Fink Finley.
Foster Fink Finley was a projectionist at the Tampa Theater from 1930 to 1965. For 35 years, this man dedicated his life to running films out of the projection room.
Sadly, in 1965, Finley collapsed and died of a heart attack in the middle of a show. Now, people report all kinds of strange things at the theater. Doors that open and close mysteriously, Foster Fink Finley's distinctive odor of coffee and cigarettes, and objects that move without explanation. One of the most beautiful sights along the Tampa skyline is the University of Tampa, but some people tell a darker story about the school. Most of the ghost tales center on a figure called the Brown Man. He's said to mysteriously appear and then vanish from the grounds, always dressed in an old-fashioned brown suit. Many believe that figure is the ghost of Henry B. Plant. Plant designed the opulent hotel that we now know as the University of Tampa. The popular story is that Plant's spirit haunts the place because his wife and son went against the orders of his will. The good news is no one has reported any ghostly violence. Some call Tampa a ghostly city because of some questionable building practices. Folklore says that in the early years, as crews cleared land to create the city, they stumbled on old Indian burial mounds. Gaslight Park is said to have housed some of those mounds. But obviously, they had to be moved to make room for growth. Legend has it that workers simply ground up the bones and mixed them into the mortar that created the early streets and held buildings together. And that's why many believe Tampa is overrun with spirits that can't rest. No matter what you believe about ghosts, you'll enjoy the tour. I got a chance to see some of Tampa's great sights in a new light. I also learned more about the city's history. And hey, at the very least, a nice walk never hurt anybody. I don't want to spoil all of the fun for you, so take my word for it, there are plenty more stories you can discover for yourself. The tours aren't just a seasonal phenomenon, you can book one most days of the week. Now moving on to my next haunt, I'm Sarah Zach, ABC Action News.